Hello YouTube, this is Sunny, and this is my first video on this separate channel that I've recently made to help progress my weight loss journey. I don't feel like getting on camera today. My skin's not looking very good, but I promise that my next video will be. But for now, we're just gonna have to look at a static image, and I'm gonna do a little talk about what I'm gonna do and what I'm gonna upload here. So I've recently started the 30-day shred again. I've done this workout twice before and got really good results. And it's pretty intense. Day one is always the hardest. Day one sucks. So for those of you who haven't done it before, don't feel bad. Don't feel like you're a weakling, because for real, this workout is no joke. It's not easy for anyone, and if it is, it's because they've done workout like this before. I have, but it's been about a year, so I'm a little behind, but well, don't worry, we'll get there. Tomorrow we are gonna be sore as shit. I remember the first time I did it, I was sore for about 3 days. It's pretty bad. You're not gonna be able to move hardly, especially in the legs. I noticed that after day one, the shred messes up my legs so bad to where I cannot quite sit on the toilet comfortably. I just kind of fall onto it, you know what I mean? I'm also trying Jillian Michaels' Detox water, and this is kind of a controversial recipe because everyone argues whether or not it works. It worked for me. I didn't use it for 7 days, I did it for about 5, and I lost about 4 pounds, but it mostly was just because I drank a lot of fluid. It's not to lose weight or fat, it's basically to just drop excess water weight, which comes back anyway, but this, for me, it's just a good way to boost a little bit of extra water bloat that I have, and nothing more. I'm a woman, and yes, period's on the way, so I'm going to gain a couple pounds of water, and I just want to get ahead of that so the bloat doesn't slow me down and doesn't cause me discomfort while I'm working out. Another way to drop off the water weight is to wear a waist trimmer, but these don't really work. They don't trim your waist, they don't make your waist smaller, they just make you sweat a lot more. If you want to sweat excess body water while you're working out, that might work. It worked for me, but I tend to get really itchy in my navel when I wear these because they tend to make me like sweat way too much in the belly button area, and then I get a kind of not a rash, but just a lot of irritation, so I stopped wearing those, but that's another way to sweat off excess water bloat. As far as food, I'm not very disciplined. I tend to crave salt and sweets a lot, but I'm trying to replace my salt foods with fruits and vegetables, and I'm trying to just basically eat the same that I used to eat when I dieted before. It's all in my FitnessPal diary. What I like to do, I can't really eat before working out because my food takes a long time to digest sometimes, and when I'm jumping, you do a lot of jumping in this working out, it tends to hurt my stomach, and I get a lot of, like, my food will bounce in my stomach and it hurts. Even if it's digested, it just does that. So I don't eat before I work out, and if I do, it's nothing more than a breakfast bar and maybe a cup of coffee. That's about it. And I eat after I work out, after I shower, which is right around noon or almost at noon, so I didn't really have breakfast, which isn't very healthy, but my breakfast is my lunch, it's brunch. And what I like to do is, I like to have stuff like egg whites, wheat toast, fruit, things like that, and if I get hungry in the middle afternoon, I'll have a piece of fruit, or maybe a bowl of light chicken soup, things like that. These are diet foods, and these are not by any means gonna be, that's not quite enough food, but dinner tends to make up for when I need the most food at the end of the day. I'm trying to eat dinner a little later in the evening because when I have dinner at 4:30 or 5 o'clock, I'm starving by like 9 to 10 p.m. because it's another 5 hours later, so I get really hungry, and it's hard to not want another meal or even a snack before bed. But anyway, anyone that's in my group that I made on my FitnessPal and you haven't done the shred before, it's gonna get boring. I recommend getting music and stuff. Like, make sure that you use, if you don't have weights, I'm using 2 pound or actually 3 pound weights. You can use water bottles. You probably do need a floor mat because some of the stuff you do, like if you're not able to do push-ups, the real ones, I can, but not too many. I used to. I need to get strong again, but you're gonna be on your knees a few times, and if your floor is pretty hard, you're gonna need something soft. So get a floor mat, maybe a towel. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people that has to pause the workout for just a few seconds to get a sip of water because I dehydrate really fast when I'm working out. I'm in the middle of the desert, and even with the AC blasting, I get so, my throat gets so dry to where I start choking, so I have to stop the tape for just a few seconds and take a sip of water, and then I go right back to it. The girls on the tape, they just work out non-stop. It's not the same for me, and once you get stronger, you're not going to need to stop as much. But if she tells you if you do need to stop, don't stop for more than 5 seconds, because you got to keep your heart pounding, you got to keep your heart beating. It's easier said than done. This workout will really make you uncomfortable at times, but you do get stronger. After about 4 or 5 days, it gets much easier. For some reason, I think level 2 is the hardest, because that's the middle of the workout. That's when you're not quite strong yet, but you're getting there. And the workouts, like the military presses and stuff, those are the ones that hurt the most. Lunges, I hate lunges. I do not have strong legs, but it's really helpful. I didn't lose that much weight when I did it because I wasn't overweight anymore. I only lost about 3 pounds, but I lost 7 inches, which makes a huge difference. Oh, that's what I was going to say, measurements. It's really a good idea to take measurements before starting this workout, or right around the time you begin, because then you can monitor your progress through inches, because the scale might not go anywhere, but that's okay, because that's usually what happens. You don't lose a lot of pounds with this workout, but you lose a lot of inches if you do it right with exercise and food. This workout on its own might not be enough. It's a good idea to mix in a little extra cardio either the same day or the in-between days, because the workout itself only provides enough calorie burn for like a light jog. But as far as the difficulty and what you're doing to your body, you're strengthening it and making it much stronger, especially in the core, because there's a lot of push-ups, there's a lot of jumping jacks. You strengthen the legs, the stomach, a little bit in the arms, not so much. I'm kind of disappointed by how the arms don't change much, but more than anything I changed in the torso part of me. That's where I got the most change. My stomach became pretty flat and toned, and it looked great. My butt also got a lot of definition, which is great. I'm not going to start it right off the bat, but a workout that I did, I did it before bed or sometimes right when I got up. It was a 5-minute arm Pilates workout where you don't use weights. You just have your arms straight out for 5 minutes without putting them down and do these particular exercises. I'll put a link in the description. It's pretty intense and it does hurt, but it's very short. It's only 5 minutes, and your arms were going to be pretty sore after that for a couple days, but if you do it every day, I definitely see these really nice little chisel cuts kind of definition in my arms, which is great, and it helps get rid of bat wings, which is, I've got really thick arms. So I think it might be a good idea to do the shred, a little extra cardio, and if there's a certain part of you that you want a little more toned, maybe do a little extra workout on the side, like do a few extra squats or something, but make sure you stretch real good afterwards. Maybe spend another minute or two doing good stretches, because your knee, I think the knees hurt the most after these workouts. The knees and the legs, sometimes the back and the shoulders. You don't want to hurt yourself. This workout can make you really sore to the point where you can barely move, at least when you first start. Afterwards, it does get easier, but make sure to take like a nice hot bath if you get really sore. Drink plenty of water. Potassium's really good. If you have any bananas or anything with potassium helps muscle pain and DOMS, and it's really a good idea to just pamper the shit out of your body in between these workouts, because you're gonna need it. I think when you do a workout this intense, it helps keep you motivated to eat right, because you don't want to go get a big juicy cheeseburger after working out like this, because you just feel like you're taking a huge step backwards if you do that. The thing is though, when you work out and you restrict your calorie intake for, a couple of weeks, you'll get a starving sensation, so it is okay to do a refeed. But refeed on good food, stuff that's got a lot of like fiber, vitamins, and lots of protein. Protein's gonna help a lot because our muscles are definitely gonna need healing. I am in no way a fitness expert. I wouldn't even consider myself a fitness person. I've just learned a lot from the website, MyFitnessPal, and it's helped me so much. Altogether, I've lost close to 35 pounds. I've been a member of MyFitnessPal for about 3.5 years. My starting weight was about 160 pounds. The heaviest I've ever been was 162, and that might not sound like a lot, but I'm only 5'2.5", and that's not a healthy weight, and I didn't feel good about myself. I had really bad skin problems. I had immune problems. I got sick constantly. I drank so much soda and I ate so much junk, and I just knew I had to make a change before I became obese, because I was just on the edge of the BMI obese thing. And BMI is kind of bullshit, it is. but at least gives you a good idea of what is considered somewhat healthy for your body type. It's not a perfect thing, but it gives you an idea of what would be a good thing to aim for. So I switched to a lot of low-fat foods and just a lot less soda, a lot more water, and eat healthy, lean foods and proteins and a lot less grease. But I still eat fast food and I still eat pizza and all that, but I just try to eat in moderation. But I've slacked off the past few months and gained back about 15 pounds, so that's my goal. I'm trying to get my weight back under control. Right now, my current weight is about 145.8, which is pretty high because it used to be, my average was around 135. I could never quite get it much lower than that, but that's okay. 130 pounds is actually a really good weight for my height, and it looks good. But, you know, that's pretty high. As far as the measurements, I got 36 bust, 31 waist, 42 butt. I have a very big butt. 24.5 inches around the thighs. I just measured these to see if they get any smaller when I'm finished with the shred. 24.5 thighs, 15.5 calves. Biceps are about 12.5. They're big, but they're not muscular, really. They're just fat. But it's okay. I mean, I love me for me, and it's all good. I still look good. I just want to get healthy and toned and in shape again. My goal weight by the end of the month, I'm hoping to get down to 130 something. Just 130 anything, I'll be happy. If I can get back into the 130s, I will be satisfied. I'd like to lose about 15 pounds in the next 2 months. That's a perfectly realistic thing. I'm not going to kill myself and try to do it in 2 weeks or just 1 month, because the only good way to lose weight is to do it slowly, to not put your body in shock, because I've done that. One time I lost 8 pounds in like a week, and as soon as I got hungry and ate a few things for a couple days, I gained that weight almost instantly because my body was desperately trying to go back to what it's used to. You have to slow down and let your body adjust. I don't expect to lose that much weight or inches doing this workout. This is more or less trying to get back in shape, and then afterwards I'm thinking I might do the No More Trouble Zones workout, but not every day, maybe just a couple days a week, and cardio, lots of cardio, because that's the best way to lose fat. Like once you get strong enough and your metabolism goes back to a good healthy level, cardio will help you stay in shape, and you eat decent enough, you'll lose weight even more. You just have to moderate, just not over exercise. It's a good idea to take a rest day once a week at least. Sometimes I take about 2 rest days a week depending on if I've been hurt or if I'm not feeling well, stuff like that. So I'm going to do the detox water for 7 days. Hopefully that'll just make me drop 4 pounds of water bloat, maybe. I don't expect it to, but it's just to help me get a little boost of the weight loss because I'm a little behind. I think it's a good idea to have 1 cheat day a week. Just don't go ape shit and go to a buffet and gorge. Not that kind of cheat day. Just have what you would normally like to have. Like if you do fast food, do it once a week. If you need a soda, maybe once a week, but don't have an extra large one. Just try to avoid that, but don't deprive yourself of the things you like every single day of every week and month, because if you do, you're gonna crave it even harder. So make sure you give yourself a break once in a while and let yourself enjoy something. Just don't do it every day because that's how you get fat. That's how I get fat anyway. And when I say fat, I don't mean like a huge 600-pound whale or anything like that. Oh god, that sounds so mean. But what I mean is, fat to the point where you can't even walk. That's bad, but I've never been that heavy. But I'm not in shape anymore, and that's all this is to do. Get me back in shape and get me back to where I want to be. And hopefully you too. So we can talk about it and discuss it in the group, and we can also talk about it in the comment section. So let's do it!